ஓம் பிரபன்ன பாரிஜாதாய தோத்ரவேத்ரைகபாணயே ஞானமுத்ராய கிருஷ்ணாய கீதாமிருததுஹே நமஹ. யாமிமாம் புஷ்பிதாம் வாசம் பிரவதந்த்யவிபஷ்சிதः வேதவாதரதாः பார்த்த நான்யதஸ்தீதி வாதினः காமாத்மானः ஸ்வர்கபராः ஜன்ம கர்ம ஃபலப்ரதாம் கிரியா விசேஷ பகுலாம் போகைஸ்வர்ய கதிம் பிரதி போகைஸ்வர்ய பிரசக்தானாம் தயாபஹ்ருத சேதசாம் வியவசாயாத்மிகா புத்திஹி சமாதௌ ந விதீயதே. In these verses, Bhagavan Shri Krishna clearly explains the distractions taking place in the mind of a karmi, the one who works with expectation of worldly results. For such a person, it is almost impossible to be able to focus on the ultimate goal of life. We have to understand these verses very carefully. Our intention is not to criticize those who seek worldly pleasures in a dharmic way. But we have to keep in mind that moksha is more superior to these goals, and one should not restrict oneself to karmakanda alone. Everyone should transcend karmakanda and come to jnanakanda for getting the absolute knowledge. That is, pure consciousness alone is absolute reality, which is our own self. Everything is pure consciousness only. That is called Brahma Jnanam. One should not be always engrossed in worldly pursuits. If one needs total peace, security and happiness, he or she will have to move away from dependence on worldly desires. After listening to these verses, don't advise anyone to give up karma. Each and every individual has different levels of maturity. There cannot be hard and fast rule in this. One may have finished schooling and entered the college for higher studies. But so many people still may be in school, and one should never underestimate the pursuits of others. Just as a mother gently encourages the child to grow up and do higher studies, Bhagavan Shri Krishna is encouraging us towards the ultimate goal of life. It is very important to understand these verses with the right attitude. Hey Bharata, O Arjuna, Vedavada Rataha. These karmis are those people who are happily engrossed in talking about the worldly results prescribed in Karmakanda. The Karmakanda portion of the Vedas talks about the various rituals and their results. There are people who are just happy with this alone. Na anyadastiti vadinaha. They think that alone can give them peace of mind. Yamimam pushpitam vacham. They use flowery language. They say that this karma brings that phalam, etc. And their words are so attractive. Kamatmanaha. Their minds are full of desires. Swargaparaha. They are desirous of going to Swargaloka and get a better body to enjoy sense pleasures. Janma karma phala pradam. Their karmas are capable of leading to rebirth. They will be born again and have to experience joys and sorrows of life. As they have done all these punya karmas, the ratio of sorrow to joy will be less. That is, they will experience more pleasures and lesser pains. but they have to get another body. They have to experience the karma phalam. They are convinced that they can enjoy the punya phalam in a new physical body. Janma karma phalapradam yamimam pushpitam vacham. Thus, they are desirous of doing more karmas so that they will get new physical body in this world or in Swarga, and they can enjoy their punya phalam. They present these ideas in a very pleasing manner. Kriya Vishesha Bahulam. They strain themselves to get worldly benefits. They spend more time, energy and money for this purpose. There are so many rules and regulations which have to be strictly followed while performing the rituals. With respect to taking bath, restrictions in food, purity of the place, etc., prescribed in the Vedas. They work hard to get more money and worldly pleasures. From the worldly perspective, people work for mundane results. Here, Bhagavan Shri Krishna is talking about Vaidika karmas, done with worldly expectation. Their goal is just bhoga, sense pleasures, and Aishwarya Gati, being in power, rulership. In so many contexts, the Vedas talk about various rituals and their results. They are carried away by them and work towards these results. Their aim is getting more money, power and sense pleasures. Bhoga Aishwarya Prasaktanam. They are very much attached to sense pleasures and power. Taya Pahrita Chetasam. Their mind is overpowered by this attachment for sense pleasures and power, and they are deluded. Due to this delusion, they cannot see the limitations, problems in their pursuits. They dream about the pleasures they are going to get and forget the pains that are also going to accompany the pleasures. Adi Shankaracharya gives the meaning for the word samadhau as in the mind. Vyavasayatmika buddhihi na vidhiyate. He will not have a firm, determined mind to work for absolute wisdom. He will lack the discrimination, dispassion, patience, concentration and focus required for Jnana Yoga. He will not have clarity. He will not care about purity of the mind. He will not have the maturity to discriminate between the eternal happiness and ephemeral pleasures. He will not have the conviction to work for Jnanam and Moksha. He will not have peace of mind. Thus, if one works with expectation of worldly results, one's mind will be distracted and restless. One's mind will not be at peace. But if the same karma is done as yoga, aiming at mental purity, one will get the opposite, greater result. Thus, Bhagavan compared Sakama Dharmanusthana and Nishkama Dharmanusthana and insists that one should get relieved from Sakama Dharmanusthana and do Nishkama Dharmanusthana to realize real security, peace and happiness. Yamimam pushpitam vacham pravadantya vipaschitah vedavadarataah partha nanyadastiti vadinah kamatmanasvargaparaha janma karma phalapradam kriya vishesha bahulam bhogaishwarya gatim prati bhogaishwarya prasaktanam taya pahrita chetasam vyavasayatmika buddhihi samadhau na vidhiyate. My prayerful blessings to all of you. Hari Om.